Ukraine?
Yes.
Because I visited there, of course, before the war, and I just wonder how people are there. We have really, really windy weather here today. I got an alert on my phone that said, stay inside, don't go anywhere near trees because trees could fall over.
Yeah.
Well, my whole house is surrounded by trees. So I had to take the dog out for a walk this morning about 6 a.m. and there's just big branches all over the road. And I kind of pushed some of them out of the way, but I still have to go out and walk the dog. So
Don't take risks, ma'am. You can walk the dog inside the house if there is a space.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to go walking with some friends at 10 o'clock and the alert is over at 10 o'clock. So, but we walk on the beach.
Yeah.
So we should be safe there. And I take the dog with me when I walk with my girlfriends.
Have you sent me that, ma'am?
I sent it to you before the one with the car museum.
Okay, just a minute.
Let me double check. I can send it again.
I will check.
Okay. The subject is called Tuesday's presentation.
Jodhpur? Is it Jodhpur?
Yeah, it says Jodhpur area.
Yeah, yes. There are two files in Jodhpur. Jodhpur area, yes.
Oh, this one says, no, this one says around Jodhpur is what the first slide says.
Okay, so which one should I start? I have
Second.
November, December, around Jodhpur, yes.
Around Jodhpur, that's the one.
Yeah, okay.
So this will be the last one, at least for a while, on India.
Okay.
All righty.
Ma'am, can I read?
Sure. Thanks for volunteering.
Beautiful India around Jaipur, Rajasthan, and November, December 2022.
Yep, that's right. 3 weeks, 3 weeks in beautiful Rajasthan.
Ma'am, can I read first paragraph?
Sure. Let's have Mana volunteered for the first paragraph, so we'll just switch off. Shivansh, you can do the second paragraph. Go ahead, Mana.
The small villages of Salwas near Jaipur in country Rajasthan is well known for the duri weaving done by local crafts people. Duri is the thin felt hardwoom rig or carpet in addition to being used as floor. Convincing duries are used for beading.
Okay, before we go, I want to go back to a couple of the words that were a little bit difficult. So you don't, I'm guessing you don't use the word duri for those little thin rugs. Do you use a different word for those rugs?
Yeah, this one?
Yeah, those rugs. What do you call those rugs?
Yeah, rugs. We also call them rugs.
Rugs? Okay. We were told they're called duries. Oh, I know. The second word in the second line is central.
Yeah.
In central Rajasthan. So meaning in the middle of the country. And then the other one, the last word in the last sentence of the last line. Sorry. No. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. The first word in the last line.
Okay.
Coverings. First word in the last line. Coverings.
Covering.
Floor
Yes.
coverings. So that's another word for carpet or rug. Okay. Your turn, Shivansh.
Ma'am, last paragraph na ma'am.
No, second paragraph.
Second paragraph.
Yeah.
Dhuris are woven with many different designs. Some of them inspired by a local areas where the craftspeople live, and some with the design related
Related.
to a related to a celebration such as a wedding. Huris are made from cotton, wool, jute, or silk. They are also made from a combination of these materials.
Okay. Mana, back to you.
Yes, ma'am. The Viva family that we visit owns and manages of home still which is smaller to a bed and breakfast loading in the until states.
Okay, let's look. There's a couple difficult words in that one. On the second line, almost at the end, the word is similar. See where it says which is similar? That means it's almost the same as something. Have you heard of a bed and breakfast? We
Yes,
call
ma'am.
it's kind of like a small hotel, maybe in someone's home, and where you just go and rent a bed for the night and they give you breakfast. So we call it a bed and breakfast, like a small, very, very small hotel. And then the next word is lodging. That's like a hotel in the United States. Okay. And these rugs, the juries that you see on the left, after they showed us how to weave them, they just brought out lots and lots of Duri rugs and put them on the ground so we could see them. And some of the ladies bought rugs. I did not, because I bought a bunch of rugs in Turkey and I don't even use all of them. Some of them are up in my attic, not even being used. So I didn't buy any more rugs, even though they were beautiful. Okay, next slide.
Wow.
Ma'am, should I read?
Sure. Actually, it's Monup's turn. Monup, you want to try that one?
Ma'am, I will read second paragraph.
How about just try this one as far as you want. Try this
Ma'am,
one
I
for
will
a couple sentences.
Shine the family we visit is of the Weaver classes creating Duries as being a family
Business.
business for many years for Parivar to partition. What's that?
Prior to partition.
Prior to participants, the family received the noble families of the area. Over time, the weaver class families de- described
Diversified.
diversity means
Diversified.
that diversity means that they were on and
Added.
analyzed their types
Enlarged.
enlarge their types of business and enter a
Eventually.
and cooperative of 45 families as was covered the
Created.
to help seal their goods and services as a noun comparative
Cooperative.
comparative is a from business or or other
Organize-
organization
Organization.
that is owned and run jointly by its members who share the profits or beneficials.
Benefits.
Hey, Manav, you did not want to read that big paragraph and you did it and you did a great job. So you just have to remember that. You can do it. You just try. I'm putting in some hard words. I don't want to make it super hard because you're already learning all day long, but I am putting in some words that are a little difficult and you all are trying them and learning from them. What I want to do, because that had a lot of difficult words, will you just listen to me read it and then look at the words as I'm reading it? Can you do that? Just look at the words and I'm going to read it. Since the family we visited is of the weaver class, creating stories has been a family business for many years. Prior, we say that we pronounce it in America, we say prior, meaning
prior.
before.
Yeah.
Prior to partition, the family served the noble families of the area. Over time, the weaver class families diversified. Look at that word as I'm going to say it really slowly and look at the word diversified. You see that? Diversified. So that word actually, if you take time and really look at it, it looks exactly like we say it, diversified. Diversified means that they varied or enlarged their type of business. So diversified means you're just adding something or changing. So when you go to school and you take classes and then you say, oh, now my teacher says I should take more classes or I should take different classes. That means you're diversifying. You're adding or enlarging or changing what you're already doing. So these people were weavers. That was for generations. Their family were weavers. And then they decided they wanted to add some other businesses. So that's when they decided to add these homestays, which is kind of like a little hotel. And that's what this the picture is of. Those little huts with the straw roofs on them. That's what they use as hotels, and they rent those out. So now they have two different kinds of businesses. They have the weaving and the hotels or the homestays where they can make money and share their culture. Let's see, eventually, that means over time. Eventually, a cooperative, meaning 45 families cooperated together. They created it to help sell their goods and services. As a noun, a cooperative is a farm, business, or other organization that is owned and run jointly by its members who share the profits or benefits. So cooperative is different than a regular business, where a regular business usually maybe one person would own it and get all the profits. But in this one, they brought 45 families together and they all just make the decisions and they share in the profits. Okay. Thanks for volunteering to read that long paragraph, Manav. Shivansh, your turn now.
The homestay is part of the incentive of drivers fee.
Good.
Loading at the homestay consists of place, huts, and stay cool during the summer and warm in the winter.
Okay. Next slide.
Ma'am, should I read?
Yeah, go ahead. You just had a short one.
This gentleman, the previous owner of the Dhuri's business and the homestays created with the cooperative, the family business are now run by this son and the son's wife. Her
Here.
one rug has been completed and an ivory
Ivory.
ivory
Ivory.
strips woven in as a driver between the first rug and the second rug that has just been started.
Did you do you see what I meant there? Do you know the word ivory? Ivory
No,
is
ma'am.
just a little bit, it's like the color white, but a little bit darker. And you can see at the very bottom of the picture, that rug has already been completed with the
Ma'am,
pattern. And then you see that kind of whitish stripe that they've just made. That's ivory color. And now they're starting a second rug.
ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, here that one before this slide, here was a one rope was there, and after that rope, how it is came like colorful.
Sorry, Mon, if you're saying she's making the second one that's more colorful.
No, no, ma'am. Before it was full plain, and you can see at the back it is a full plain. And after that, that would have its changes that color, that how that
Yep.
diagram comes.
It'll be exactly the same. And then they'll cut it off in between. And so they've made two rugs.
Ma'am, they're coloring from the brush, ma'am.
No, 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 not brush. They are using different colors of thread. You can see here. Can you see?
And underneath, there's that little bar that goes across. You can see little tiny spools of thread. Yeah, right there. Those little tiny, those are spools of the thread or the
you
yarn.
see this one.
In and out.
Sir, so why she's having brush
No,
in
it
her
is not a brush. It is not a brush to paint.
The next
It is a
slide will
brush to separate the thread.
So see all that white part that's at the back or the ivory part, those are all it looks like a solid piece of fabric, but those are all individual pieces of the yarn or the thread.
Yeah.
And then they're all going this way and they're taking thread and they're weaving them in and out like this. And that's what's making the designs.
And ma'am, I think this brush is made of iron. I think it is not a normal painting brush. It is to separate the thread, right?
Normal painting brush.
So
Yeah.
it is made of iron.
Yes.
If we go to the next slide, you will see what it is because I describe it in the next slide.
See this here. See this.
It looks like is it made of wood or iron?
No, it is made of plastic, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's looking
Sir,
like
plastic या wood. Sir, plastic या wood something.
no wood cannot be like that.
Sir,
You
then
can
it
see in that
plastic.
picture, see at the back of the picture, you can kind of see the pieces of the small picture. You can kind of see the pieces of thread at the very back of it, of the little picture. The little
Yes.
picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. You can see all the little threads.
Yes.
And they're weaving back and forth, up and down underneath the white or the ivory thread. I tried to get a video. I had a video of it, but the video didn't come through. So maybe I'll have to look for one on the internet to show you. But what she's doing is after she's weaving that thread up and down through the ivory or the white thread, she uses that brush and she pulls it back to make it really tight. So she's weaving and then she pulls it back up against what she's already woven so that it makes it nice and tight when it's around on the floor. Okay, Sartak just joined us. Sartak, would you like to read this page, please?
Yes, ma'am. Guri weaving is a common practice in most villages in Rajasthan. Women of the villages often weave during their free time. The picture on the left shows the tool used to press the yarn into the previous rows of yarn to create a tight weave. The rug patterns are the same on the front and the back due to technique used is in making these flat weave rugs.
Okay. Next slide.
Ma'am, should I read?
Sure.
Turbans worn in Rajasthan are called the Parwaris. They were in style, color, and size and thin
Indicate.
risky
You got it.
indicate the wearer's social class, regions, and the occasions for which it is worn.
Mana?
The Darwari,
Oh,
the
go ahead.
Darwari,
Go ahead, Shivansh. Read one more paragraph. That'd be great.
Ma'am, I will read third paragraph.
Sounds good. Shivansh, would you read the second one?
yes, ma'am. The Darwaris wore the red turban made
Turban.
of
Turban.
turb- turban made from fabric that was tanned
Dyed.
using
Dyed.
dyed dyed using the band Hindi method.
Bandhani.
The pattern is made by pinching very small portions of cloth and tying them tightly with thread before the fabric is dyed.
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 Dyed. The intersects pattern
Intricate.
of dog intercatch
Intricate.
intricate pattern of dot are visible after the thread are removed.
Do you remember a couple weeks ago, I had some slides. We went to a family's home where they were making this kind of, is it bandhani? Bandhani?
I don't remember.
Manav, you're next.
Yes. They accidentally Bandara thinking
Ancient.
being around
Ancient.
ancient Bandaman
Bandhani technique.
Bandhanim technique been around 5,000 years ago in the India states of Rajasthan and Gujarat.
Ma'am, should I
Did you do the last paragraph also, Manav?
Okay. Behind the turban are small of
Sample. Behind the turban are sample.
for sale. They region from small to large and were worn in many different colors and
Patterns.
paints.
Okay. Do you see many people wearing many gentlemen wearing turbans in the city? Or is
Yes.
it mostly in the country?
Especially
Yes.
in the villages, especially.
Yes. Yes.
It's a culture. It's a culture in villages. And in cities also, if the people are from the political background, sometimes they wear this.
Okay. I took pictures on my trip of many, many different turbans. There were so many different styles, the way they were
Yes.
tied. It was really interesting.
And
I really enjoyed looking
on
at
the
the different.
special occasions like wedding and other special occasions, on some festivals also they wear such kind of turban.
Okay, next slide. Ha!
Ma'am, should I read?
Sartak, I think it's your turn.
Ma'am, should I read?
I think it's Sartak's turn.
Yes, ma'am. The pagri is a symbol of honor and respect everywhere it is worn. It is a common practice to honor important guests by giving them a turban to wear. I did feel great honor in wearing the pagri of the owner of the homestay and a duri weaving businesses.
This was the father of the current owner. This gentleman and his wife were the ones that were weaving, and he was the one that started the cooperative that brought 45 families together to help them all succeed in their businesses. So he used to be the owner, and now his son and daughter-in-law own that business. So, okay, next one. Oh, one thing I didn't realize was that they sometimes put, the gentlemen don't tie it every single day. They put some kind of, we call it
Yeah.
starch.
Yeah,
on it.
starch. That is the
Place so
to
they can
make-
wear it for several
yes.
days.
is to make it stick in the same position. You don't have to
Hmm.
remove every day and tie again.
Yes. Okay. Next slide.
Ma'am, should I read?
Yes, please.
The women of the weaver family prepared a wonderful meal for
Meal.
the use
Meal.
for us. The race
Raw.
ingredients were
What you
prepared.
Shivansh, try that word. You've almost got it. Sound it out slowly.
Ingredients.
You got it. Nice.
Ingredients were prepared on the floor on the one side of the kitchen areas. Notice the bandaging method of dye on the woman's
Scarf.
scarf.
Scarf. I'm wearing a scarf today. That's what we would call a piece of fabric that usually women, but it could be men, wear around their necks or put over their heads. We call that a scarf. What would you call it?
Yeah,
there
we
a
call
name?
Scarf.
Scarf? Okay. And the word in the middle of the second line, RAW, that's raw, meaning uncooked.
Yes, uncooked. Yes.
It's like vegetables or fruit that are uncooked.
Yes.
They were just chopping that. That was the wife, the wife and the sister, I think, of the owner were preparing food for us.
Especially they must have asked you about chili, how much chili we can put, or without chili they cook.
I think that they made it a little bit, not as much chili as they normally would have for us visitors.
Because generally Indians use chili more as comparable to other countries.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do like it, but maybe not as strong as some people would. Okay. Next slide.
Ma'am, should I read?
Ma'am, can I?
I think, Manap, it's your turn.
The many types of chopper vegetables were cooked over on open flames of so many people today have never expected these types of cooking and cannot imagine cooking without turning on an electric or gas powered stove or oven.
Okay, Manap, I want you to go back to the third line, the third word, please. Third line, third word, and sound it out. You were so close. Sound it out.
Experience.
You already got it. Good job. Okay. Yes, cooking over an open flame, that's something that, do you see that much? You live in the city, right? So you're not
Yeah,
seeing
in the
that?
villages especially, this kind of cooking material is used.
And I know today, for those of us that have modern stoves and ovens in the kitchen,
we have gas stoves.
so surprising to see what wonderful meal they could cook over that little tiny fire.
Yeah.
You know, I would think, oh, maybe they're going to make one dish for us. They made, well, you'll see in a minute, the food. I think I put a picture of it. It was just, I think it's a good reminder that we all can do very well with what we have. Even if we don't have the same things as others, they don't have the stove and the oven and the electricity that we have, but they still have a very good life. It seemed like a good life.
Yes.
They seemed happy, and the meal was very, very delicious. So, and the little wooden box down with the dividers in it, I think that had different kinds of spices in it. That wooden box that's in the front there.
Mhm.
Okay, next slide. Yeah, that one. Mhm.
Oh,
This is a big long one. Sartak, I think it's your turn. Maybe you can do the first paragraph, Sartak.
Yes, ma'am. Our
Ma'am,
group
I will
members
read.
were Our group members were directed to sit on beautiful duris on the floor in a room next to the kitchen. The women of the family served our lunch. The meal was very tasty and filling. I believe that spices were minimized compared to what the family would normally use. The women repeatedly asked us to have extra servings of all of the food. It was very special to be able to share a meal with this love family. The word lovely usually means someone or something is attractive or beautiful. A lovely family refers to a
Ma'am, can I
family
read?
that is caring, kind, and wonderful.
Mhm.
Ma'am, can I read the second paragraph?
Sartak just did, but you can read it also. Go ahead, Mana.
The word lovely usually means someone or something attractively or beautiful. A lovely family refers to a family that is caring,
Caring.
kind, and wonderful.
So if you know a family or maybe your friends' parents, you might that are very kind to you and make you feel good whenever you're around them, you might say they're a lovely family. So sometimes that I was trying to show that sometimes the word lovely doesn't always mean that they're beautiful to look at. It just means they're beautiful in their heart. So
Ma'am, hello, ma'am.
I have a question. I think what we ate, I think the green thing right above the rice, I think that was okra. Do you have okra there?
yeah.
Okay, that was okra then. I just didn't know. It looked like okra,
Ma'am,
but I wasn't sure if that's what it really was. It was very good.
ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, you were eating this food, then how it was, ma'am? Means you like it, yeah, your friends like.
We all liked it. It was very good. It was very good. Now, a lot of people in the United States have never had okra. It's only grown in a certain part of the United States. So a lot of people have never, ever in their lives had okra. But I have several friends that live in the area of the United States where it's grown. So I've had it many times and I absolutely love okra. So I was really surprised when we had it on the plate. I said, oh, that looks like okra. I just wasn't expecting it. And it was really good. I think the other part is potatoes with some spices in them. And the soup was, I can't remember what the flavor, probably looks like being yellow. It was maybe made of squash. I can't remember exactly, but almost all of us, the tour group I was on was all women, and the ladies of the house kept offering us more food, more food, more food. And we all had more food because it was so good. Even though we were kind of full, it was very good. It was just very, very, very nice. Okay. So when you live in the city, do you have food like this? Is this usual food for you as well?
Yeah, we
Anybody?
have so many varieties of food actually, ma'am, here.
So you might have some of these same foods
Yeah,
in your
yeah.
home?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
We just don't know. Just coming to visit, we don't know if this is only in the village.
Have you tried here the special food like the biryani? Have you tried here during your visit? Biryani,
What's
biryani.
what is that made of? I might have had it, but I can't. I don't
It
know
is
what the
it is
word.
both. It is both. It is made of veg also. It is made of with the non-veg also.
Oh, I might have had it. Some of the things that I loved, I don't remember the names. It was just.
It is called biryani. It's very special food. Very,
I
very
don't think I
special.
had anything that I didn't like. I think I liked everything that we had there.
You can see, I would say it is among the other food, it is the king, you can say, at the top.
Okay, can you spell that? I want to look it up.
Yeah.
How do you spell that word? Biryani?
Yeah, Biryani.
Okay, I'm going to look it up. I might have had it. Okay, next slide.
Oh, you applied.
Ma'am, should I read?
Sure.
After lunch, some of the women of the family painted henna
Henna.
on the henna
Henna.
Not
on the
Haina,
feet,
henna.
Henna.
henna on
Not
the feet,
Haina. Henna.
henna,
Not
Siobhan.
Haina.
henna,
Henna.
Henna.
Yeah.
Henna.
henna on the
Henna.
henna,
You
Ah.
got it. Henna.
henna on the feet, arms, and hand of women in our group. We learned the hennas is a ancient form of
Ancient.
body,
Ancient.
ancient form of body art and originated in India and
Across.
across South Asia and the Mid East and that
Middle East.
henna
Henna.
dye
Not he.
is,
Henna.
sir, what is that word, sir?
Henna. Henna.
Henna.
You
Ah.
got it.
henna.
Henna dye is prepared from the henna tree. The dye is usefully used to paint skin, hair, and finger nails, but it can also be used to dye natural
Natural.
fabrics like silk or wool. Natural fabrics like silk or wool